Hello, I am Marisha. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to join me. Today I'm going to share with you how to create this Let It Snow holiday treat bucket. Let's go ahead and get started. For this project, I'm going to use glitter cardstock. This is actually printable inkjet cardstock that is from Cardstock Warehouse. From Lawn Fawn, I'm going to use their Hillside Border Stitch die, the Let It Snow Sentiment die, the Snowman die set, and from scrapbook.com, I'm going to use their double-sided adhesive sheets. And from Cricut, I selected this holographic vinyl that I'm going to use to die cut the sentiment and the snowflakes. My bucket was purchased from Michael's, but I'm sure you can find one at Hobby Lobby, Amazon. I encourage you to check online or your local craft store. First, we are going to perform some crafting surgery. So I brought in my piece of cardstock, and as you see, it will not wrap around this bucket entirely. That's fine. I'll just have to make a few tweaks, which I'm going to share with you. So first, I'm going to take my double-sided adhesive sheet and I'm going to remove the release paper from one side. I'm then going to position it on the back of the glitter cardstock. And then I'm going to burnish it just to make sure that it is adhered. I'm now going to cut the cardstock in half. I'm going to use half of the cardstock to create my snow border, and then the other half I'm going to use to create my snowman. I'm now positioning the Hills border die on the cardstock, and then I'm going to run my sandwich through my die cutting machine. To add a hint of shading to my die cuts, I brought in Catherine Puller's Cummerbund ink, and I'm going to use my blending brush to apply the ink around the edge of the die cuts. This project was inspired by a snow globe. Yes, so when I purchased the bucket, I thought, how neat would it be to create an illusion of a snow globe but have some fun treats inside. So yeah, that's just a little tip on the inspiration for this project. Plus, to know me is to know my love for snow. So any chance I get to add a snowflake to something or a snowman, I am all in. Now I'm just positioning the die cuts on the bucket. Once I'm happy with the placement, I'm then going to remove the release paper and adhere the die cuts to the bucket. The two seams that are showing on the bucket, I'm not worried about at all because I'm going to use the snowmen to cover those seams. And while I'm applying the die cuts, I am just taking my time just to make sure that it is lined up with the base of the bucket. This adhesive is very, very strong, so I was just being very cautious in the placement of the die cut as I adhered it to the bucket. So now I'm adhering the second piece of the die cut, and once I'm done, it is on to the next step. And you're going to see right here in just a moment the seams on the border. And like I said, that's perfectly fine because that is where I'm going to place the snowman. Now I'm going to cut a piece of vinyl and I'm going to die cut the sentiment. So this is a great way to use what's in your stash. You can take your dies and die cut vinyl if you have a Cricut, or even if you don't have a Cricut but you would like to use vinyl with some of your projects. Hey, use your dies to die cut your vinyl. Now I'm going to position the vinyl on a piece of transfer tape. I am now removing the release paper from the vinyl. And then from there, I'm going to position the sentiment on the bucket. And then I'm going to burnish the sentiment. And then from there, I'm going to remove the transfer tape. I am loving how this bucket is turning out, and guess what? This project is almost done. For the snowflakes, I'm going to use Lawn Fawn's mini snowflake dies, and off camera, I'll die cut them from the vinyl. Now it's time for me to create my snowman. So I'm bringing in that piece of cardstock that has the double-sided adhesive tape on the back. And I'm going to die cut and create my snowman off camera. There are holes in the eyes and the mouth of my snowman, so on the back, I added a piece of black cardstock. I'm now going to adhere the snowman to my bucket. Again, I'm going to adhere them along the seams of the border. I opted to use scrapbook.com's double-sided adhesive sheets because, as I mentioned earlier, they are super strong, and I wanted to use an adhesive that would stick instantly, that I wouldn't have to hassle with at all. So I love their adhesive tape and sheets. Now it's time for me to add the snowflakes to my bucket. So I'm going to remove the release paper from the back of the cutouts and just randomly apply them to the bucket in no particular order or anything. Just wherever I feel like I want to place a snowflake, I'm going to place it there. I noticed the arms of my snowmen were sticking out, and just to make sure that they're secured, I added just a little bit of liquid adhesive to adhere them to the hillside. Now it's time to fill the bucket with some sweet treats. Now, initially, I had an idea to create a cocoa bucket, put some Swiss Miss in there, and just some fun little treats and a little coffee cup, but it didn't work out as planned. And that's okay. There's always a plan B, C, D, E, F, G. Go all the way to the end of the alphabet if you have to, but there's always another plan. So as you see, I'm going to stuff the bucket, and you'll notice the cups did not fit inside. I was like, oh man, but it's okay. It is okay. I was still able to fill the bucket with my cocoa, the coffee, the Biscoff cookies, and the little chocolates. But you can fill your bucket with anything that you want to gift to your recipient. So as you see, I'm going to finish filling the bucket with these goodies. And then I'm going to add a few more crinkle shreds on top. And now I'm going to place the lid on my bucket. I did make a cute chunky charm off camera that I'm going to add to the handle. You can feel free to add ribbon or whatever you like to accent the handle, even a gift tag, just whatever you can think of. I encourage you to incorporate that in your project. And just like that, this project is complete. So let me know below, is this something that you would like to create for the holidays? Have you used your dies to die cut vinyl? Just let me know below. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for joining me on today for day 2 of the Merry Craftsmas series. As always, I cannot thank you enough for stopping by. Please do not forget to subscribe, click the thumbs up button and the notification bell so you never miss out on new crafty tutorials. I am sending you love and a whole lot of hugs. Until the next crafty project, please take care.